You might have seen the other film and you know that I'm interested in tether dynamics, and part of that is flying kites and doing experiments, but in those experiments I need to know where the tether is and what it's doing over time. And it's easy to see the tether from here, it's nice and black and fairly visible, but from way far away so that we can see the entire tether, it gets a bit difficult to see what this line is doing. So we're going to need to do something about that in terms of image processing. I think we could probably get the whole kite. So we're going to set up the cameras in two directions because we want to record the dynamics of what the kite string is actually doing. And from the pictures, we're going to try to find the tether in the sky. So it's quite cloudy, so it'll be quite difficult, but hopefully with some clever algorithms and image processing, we can find out where the tether is and what it's doing over time. So on the video camera, you might not actually be able to see the line because it's lower resolution, but hopefully on the stills, we'll be able to work out sort of where the line is just based on averaging different directions over time. I don't think there's a horizontal. Yeah, I did. Are you zoomed in? I'm going to connect this camera up with the other camera with this wire, and they're both connected to a trigger. And with the trigger, they'll both shoot at the same time, so we'll get one picture every second. And from that, hopefully we can work out some dynamics. There's a limit to the frequency you can work out with one picture per second, but at this point, you know, we're going to give it a try. Okay, so I can't take credit for a lot of the hard work that went into this project. There's a master's student, Richard Shaw, and he did a lot of work for his master's figuring out how you could find a tether on a background of clouds or trees or all of those kind of things. And he came up with a really clever method in terms of image processing to find this tether. And he runs around in the rain a lot. It is really starting to rain. You know, like everything, you can't really control the weather, so we're going to try to get some really quick shots in here and then pack everything up. So the kite's flying. Hopefully we don't have any lightning or thunder. Looks like the kite's in the image. It's starting to rain a lot. Is it ready? Is it set up, Richard? Are we good to go? Richard, are we ready? Oh, I can hear them in the distance. So you can hear the camera going about every second. Click, 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 and it's nice and wet. Okay, so I think that's enough standing around in the rain. Hopefully we have some good shots. We can go analyze them on the laptop and see if we got anything useful and can see where this tether is on this very cloudy, rainy sky. Okay. Different problem. Why that and not that? So maybe we should increase this because then it'll, even if it diverges incorrectly, the angle that it will look within might find it again. Hope that doesn't work. Try cropping the kite out.
I think it's where it goes wrong straight away and then it just keeps going wrong.
Yeah, that's probably true. It really seems to want to... We've come inside and taken refuge from the rain. We're a little bit wet, but in true Cambridge fashion, it's now sunny outside. We've uploaded some of the photos and we're doing a little bit of analysis. We're playing around with different parameters to see if we can indeed find the tether in this image that really just looks like a bunch of clouds. So this is the original image, and here we have what we've been able to find. So we've been able to find the bottom of the tether. You can see the tether's actually right there, but it starts to diverge a little bit right at the top, right where the kite is. So that's not ideal. So we're going to try playing around with a few more parameters and see if we can indeed find the whole tether.
Could you reduce the number of points? I mean, increase the number of points.
That it's averaging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, increase the number of points.
Ah,
So reduce the number of points
that's averaging. Control Z that and increase the angle. 2, 4, 2. Hopefully it works. No. No. It just goes wrong right there. This is the boring bit of sitting in front of a computer and looking at code. That might help. Disaster. It's not a disaster. 75% of it is good. 4 or 2?
4.
4. Let's try 4.
Hey.
There we go. Success. Okay, so the bar's getting a little busy now. We've been here for a while, but we have managed to get this program to work and we've found the tether. So this is our original image. You can see the kite in the top right-hand corner. And it's really hard. If you don't know where the tether is, you can't really see it. But with the program, if I just run it quickly, it's going to try to find that image. So what the program is doing, see, it's already found it. It was actually pretty quick. And you can see now it spotted that tether. So we found the tether in this image, even though it's all cloudy and there's this background. So what the program is doing is it's sort of breaking it up into horizontal chunks and then running a filter. And this filter runs at a bunch of different angles because we know the tether is going to lie in one of those angles. So even if we can't see the tether at one point, because there's clouds in the background and different tones, along one sort of line, there's going to be a peak, a spike in the intensity of the pixels. So we do that for the entire image, running it up and down the entire thing in these chunks. And then where we have the highest one, that's where we actually start. So we pick that point, and then from that point work up and down. And then we only need to look within a certain distance and a certain angle from the spot that we found. So this program will be really useful in terms of experimental validation. With 2 cameras looking at this, we can find the tether in 3D and work out the dynamics. I don't need to attach any sensors to the actual cable itself, and I can get dynamic response. So it's really useful. I'm pretty proud of this entire program. It's really exciting, and it'll be really useful for my PhD.